Hi everyone, I'm Lala. Welcome to my new series, Humble Eats. This series is all about affordable, quick, and easy. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start off this meal with salsa. I'm making homemade salsa. I'm just adding some oil and I'm adding some vegetables that are kind of ripe in my fridge. Some tomatillo, some tomatoes, and some serranos. And I also add an onion. I steam fry my salsa, and I think there's somewhere in my playlist there might be a recipe. So I'll link it. I'll try to remember to link it below. All right, so I'm gonna make homemade tortillas or homemade flour tortillas, and this is the masa that I use. It's called White Wings, and it's basically a prepared flour tortilla mix. It already has all the lard and the baking powder and all that stuff. All you got to do is add warm water. So I got a cup of flour, and I'm adding about a quarter cup, a little bit more than a quarter cup of hot water. You don't want to use it where it's hot, where you can't touch it. You just got to be warm. It's that's the secret, and it's also it's very important that it's warm. I can't stress enough how warm that water has to be. Can't be cold at all, or your masa won't rise, or your tortillas won't bubble. And resting after you make the masa, as you can see, it's just super easy. It's just water and this masa. You need to knead it. That's another stress that I can't stress enough to add. You need to knead the masa. I cut it down and edit the video, but I mean, I need that for a good 3 minutes. Even longer than that, maybe 4. But you want to knead as much as possible. If you don't know what that means, it's like you're just kind of putting the heel of your hand into it and then folding it onto itself, and just keep doing that more than a couple times, again for at least 3 minutes. And then you want to cover it with a damp paper towel, or with just a piece of plastic, which is what I do. I remember when my mom used to make these tortillas, I used to hear her making them, and then I would hear it, because the roller would kind of make a noise on the table, and I would always hear her cussing while she was doing it, because she always had to make a lot. She always made each of our family members 2, and then she made my dad. She made my dad like 3, and I remember being bitter about my dad getting 3 because I wanted 3 because they're so good. All right, so heading over back to the salsa, I'm just stirring it up. I did add about half a cup of water to start steaming them, so that everything in that pot could get soft. And I'm moving it to the side because I'm gonna start our main dish. Now this is a very humble meal. I'm actually going to be using the last of our frijoles that I made. I made them on Sunday, and it's already Saturday, and I am just using the last of what we had in the fridge. Now, usually when it's the last of the beans, it has a lot more sauce. So you do want to add all the sauce that you have left in your beans, and homemade is best because they just have a taste that you just can't get from a can. You can use a can though, but make sure you might want to have to add water because they don't have that much gravy in them. And just smash them up. I just use a fork. I couldn't find my smasher. All right, so I have chicharrones here. These are chicharrones that we got from the store. You want to cut them up, and I believe these were freshly made. This recipe comes via a restaurant that we found in San Marcos. I forget the name. I think it's called the Palmas, and we always pick up a couple of these tacos when we go to the outlet malls. We go get 2 tacos. We eat them with salsa. We have our drink, and then we go onto our shopping spree. And I was like, well, I think I could do these. And so that's where this recipe comes from. All right, so you add the chicharrones to your beans and the bean broth. And the reason why you want a lot of liquid is because you're going to basically cook the chicharrones. in that broth with the beans. Now I know, I don't know, you just try it before you deny it. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so I'm just checking up on the salsa, stirring them up, but you basically let the chicharrones cook in that broth. And then I'm just going to start off with my tortillas. Now I only made a little bit cuz I'm just making them for breakfast. And you basically just squeeze little balls, and then you kind of just stuff them in within itself to make like a little patty, I guess, of dough. I made a total of 5, 3 for Raul, 2 for me. And I can't imagine my mom having to make 2 for everybody. There was 5 people in my family. So I think that's why she was probably cussing when she was making them. So this is the easiest way to do it. You want to flour your roller, and then like add a lot of flour to your tortillas. Now, when I first started making tortillas, when I was a little girl, they used to come out like the shape of Texas and the shape of California. They were never round, and my mom never told me the secret. So the secret is, yeah. Did y'all see how I rubbed that patty in the flour? That's the secret, is to add a lot of flour. Dusting the flour all over the dough ball before you even start the tortilla. And it'll help to maneuver it and everything. I promise you. I promise you they're going to come out round. All right, so Raul bought me a new comal. That's my new comal. I'm so excited because I can do 2 tortillas at once. As you can see, they bubble up a little bit. Raul was helping me. He's my little flipper. He helps me flip them when I need the help because, I want to get out the kitchen. I want to eat too. So we tag team the tortillas, and I appreciate it. So shout out to hubby for that. But best tortillas are homemade. Like, I don't know, some people might be like, it's not really homemade because it's prepared masa, or flour. I think I'm using my hands, I'm rolling them out, and I'm cooking them raw. That's homemade, buddy. So yeah. We don't have these every day. We have them once in a while. Usually on the weekends is when we splurge and go crazy because they are very fattening. So, again, we don't do it every day, and every once in a while. But yeah, I'd rather make these than corn because corn is hard to make. And there you go. That's basically chicharron con frijoles. I don't know what these are called. I'm sure someone out there knows what this meal is called. I basically also I got the tomates and the jalapeno or serranos, and I put them in a blender, and I place it in a pretty bowl. But yeah, that's our meal. Again, I think this is a very humble meal. It's not much money, but it's so good. It is so good. Look at that. Oh, that salsa was good. Raul says the best salsas that I make are the ones when I'm in a hurry, when I'm not really paying attention and I'm using ingredients that are just left in the fridge. Those are my new plates I got as well. Aren't they pretty? I'm so excited to use all my new stuff and to share them with y'all. We got them from Fiesta. Shout out to Fiesta. But yeah, there you go. A very humble, delicious, fulfilling meal that I would be happy to have again any other day of the week over lobster and shrimp. Trust. It's so good. I hope you tried. If you do, come back and let me know. All right, let's go serve my man. Here, baby. Chicharron, frijoles with salsa, and homemade tortillas.
Oh my God, this is the most delicious food I can. Real Mexicano eat like this.
It's hot way. It's bueno? Alright, I'm gonna make me a plate.